morning, Elfiter saying goodbye. I think that, well, that obviously means goodbye, so ignore that. Don't speak German for a reason. I don't know it. Good morning. How are we doing today? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is alive. It's Friday. It's Feud Friday. I don't have a feud thing here on this scene. We'll have to wait till we get into it to put the feud up. Yeah, how's everybody doing? I don't think we have a lot of baseball news since last we spoke. Not much going on. Well, actually, I mean, there is a little bit, but we're going to discuss that on the pod, so we're not going to discuss it here. I don't want to cross-contaminate. So we will just do some baseball dailies today. I had a long day yesterday, not as in just long as in I had a headache all day. So yes, thank goodness it is Friday. I am going to finish this. I'm going to do some editing. I am going to pretend like it is 4:20 all day today. That's what I'm doing today. Let's get into our dailies because I'm excited to play starting 9. There's Feud Bug. Well, I thought that was the Feud Bug. There we go. It's Feud Friday. I am excited to get started with today. Where's a better place that I can put this? Just right up top there. We'll see if that gets in the way of anything. We had, I think we went 3-0 on Wednesday. It was a good day. It was a good day, as Ice Cube said. So let's see. I always make this just a little too big. There we go. Let's see if we can finish 8-1. We haven't gone 8-1 forever. Ever. Let's see what we can do. Here we go. All right. What should we start with? Third base. Let's do it. Ooh, all right. We got a modern game. These are the ones I like. We got Jim Leyritz and Brooke Jacoby. All right. My initial sense here is Yankees in Cleveland. Those are the two teams that I think of when I think of Jim Leyritz and Brooke Jacoby. I think Brooke Jacoby played for multiple teams. Jim Leyritz. Boy, did Jim Leyritz even play for the A's at one point? Happy Friday to you as well. I hope everyone is excited for the weekend. I'm actually excited for tomorrow. I didn't get to see the Leafs game yesterday, and they are really playing well. So I'm excited for hockey night in Canada tomorrow night because I enjoy me some hockey. I don't know. What should we... Well, I would say I would ask you guys, but I'm guessing most of you have already played this, so you would steer me towards the one that it is. I think I'm going to go with... we go with the Yankees all the time. Let's go with Cleveland. Let's go with... Uh-oh. Well, okay, now see, your initial response was that maybe you wrote this story. You're thinking it's Cleveland. I'm going to still go with Cleveland. I'm sticking with my initial. I gotta stick with the initial response. Because if it's a Cleveland story, there's a good chance Andrew might have written it. All right, let's go with the Guards here. No, but we got them right. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. I think this is too late for Ricky, but let's go with left field just in case we might happen to catch Ricky Henderson in left field. No, we got Oscar Azokar, but we do have Candy Maldonado too, the Candy Man. Nice. Now Oscar Azokar did play for the Yankees. I think of him mainly for the Padres. Does anybody know what I'm going to pull up here when I think of Oscar Azokar and the Padres? Where's baseball cards? Oh, wait, no, it's not even. Yeah, there it is. Oscar Azokar, loving that bat. There we go. That's what I think of when I think of Oscar Azokar. Oscar Azokar. No, Tim Flannery has a surfboard. I don't think Oscar Azokar does. Let's see. This is this what you're thinking about? This is Tim Flannery. I know this card right there. I don't know of an Oscar Azokar with a surfboard. Yeah. Look at this. I got all this stuff just ready to go. This is what I'm going to start a professional streaming class to go along with my professional podcasting class. Got them both right here, ready to go. But find you somebody that looks at you like Oscar Azokar does his bat. All right. And I think Jim Leyritz might have actually played for the Padres. Yeah, no, those are both classic cards. I mean, if I can find them and pull them up that quick, you know that they're classic cards. I just, when would the Indians and Cleveland be, or the Indians and the Padres be playing each other? At this point, there was no interleague play. It wasn't a World Series game. So I think this is the Yankees. Let's go with the Yankees. I think it's got to be. Yankees. Nailed it.
Brock was a symbol of great base stealing. But today, I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
There we go. Nailed it. July 29th, 1990, Roberto Kelly's for RBI's lead Yankees over Cleveland in opener. Is this a double header then, maybe? Or just the opener of the series? I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. Kevin Larkin. That's a name we haven't heard for a while. All right. Thank you, Kevin, for your work. What's up, Tezerman? How you doing? Happy Friday. We're just kicking through some of these baseball dailies. Nailing it every time. Let's see. Let's get our time of game. What do you guys think? July 29th, 1990. We got 13 runs, 19 hits, and 4 errors. I know. This is my favorite game. I'm not sure if Paul's in here. The creator of this game's usually in here. You can thank him. Dan. All right, I will call you Dan. All right, we've got a 247, a 255. I'm going higher. I'm going over 3 hours on this bad boy. I'm going 309. So you can either put your time guess in the chat, or you can go over under on 309. We give a 10-minute window either way. So we can go 259 or 319 on this bad boy. And I love this game. Yeah, I don't think he's here yet today. I have to send him something because I have created a version of this that you can just play infinitely. And you can choose what decade you want to play from. So like when I'm testing, I just do the 80s because that's what easiest for me to guess, but I love this game. This game is brilliant. All right, let's see what we got. I got a 209 or a 309. 309. 3 hours and 40 minutes. Yikes. That is a fail on everybody's behalf. There's Paul. Thank you for playing and for putting up with Matt. I haven't seen Matt yet today. Have we had the Philly? We haven't had the Phillies yet this week, so he's going to miss out on that. Matt's got a podcast, too, in case people don't know about it. He's got a Philly baseball-centric podcast that's really awesome. Let's see. This was rescheduled from April 11th, so I'm guessing that was like the home opener weekend for Cleveland, the mistake by the lake. God, you know what? I don't go on Discord very often. I haven't been in the Ordinary Effort Discord for a while. I need to start doing that. Discord is the way to go these days, and I am old. Greg Cataray with the save. Caddy, my boy. You can yell next to him and he will not hear you. So hard of hearing, but he's a good guy. Greg Cataray. Traded for Ricky. Let's see here. For the Yankees, we've got Roberto Kelly. We do have... I'm not going to play the sax. It's too long. But we got Steve Sax. Randy Velarde played for the A's, not Jim Leyritz. Right? Jim Leyritz played for a lot of teams, not the A's. Randy Velarde played for a lot of teams. Well, not a lot, but 3 years with the A's. We got bye-bye Brian Dorsett. I remember him, but yeah, I remember him from the Reds. Yeah. Okay. With Dion in the game. We got Jesse and right. We got my least favorite catcher of all time behind the plate. Alvaro at short. Tim Leary started the game, not Dennis Leary. We got Plunk. We got a lot of A's in this game. Wow, we got a lot of A's. So people that played for the A's, every grid this year. So I do that on my own. I play while I'm downstairs watching TV at night with my wife. I will generally go through and hit every grid that I haven't done and just play all night. Love it. Was Bob Shepard's favorite name to pronounce? Alvaro Espinosa. Bob Shepard. So when I first started working in Yankee Stadium, an old Yankee Stadium, I've never been to the new one, the press box, well, not the press box per se, but the control room for the stadium screen, it was kind of like a gondola is what they call it in hockey. And it was very narrow, very cramped quarters, as you can imagine. And I remember walking past the first time, the little tiny door was like this wide, but it said Bob Shepard. You know, that was his booth. And that was like a freak out moment for me because I was still pretty young, hadn't been working in baseball very long, and see Bob Shepard's space at Yankee Stadium was freaking that. I geeked out about that. For Cleveland, we got the Gov. We got Mitch Webster, Chris James, Alex Cole siding. We got the Candyman, Sandy Alomar, Brooke Jacoby, Dion James, nice, and Jeff Manto, pinch hit for him. We got the Sny Dog. Wasn't that his nickname? Who's the Sny Dog? I forget who that is. We got Felix Fermin, Ken Phelps. I don't have that clipped. How do I not have Ken Phelps clipped? Tom Brookins, who I use in the grid quite often because I remember those glasses right there. Not a lot of teams, but I use him. Bud Black, R.I.P. Steve Olin, Jesse Orozco, and Rudy Cianez. Wow. Didn't he play for Atlanta? Yeah, he played for Atlanta when I was working there. I knew I'd seen him in person. Dion James once got a bloop double by hitting a bird at Shea. Did he get arrested? I guess if you didn't throw it. Well, I guess Randy didn't get in trouble, but Winnie did. All right, well, we nailed it. Number one down. We got it. We're 6-1 this week. Let's do it. Next game. All right, third base. Why is no? Everybody's been speaking very nicely of you this morning. You were at that game. Wow, that's who's been at a game where something just weird has happened. Because that's the thing they say about baseball, and it is absolutely true that you'll see something probably every day that you've never seen before. So if you went to a game where a ball hit a bird and dropped and got a double, I was at the Padres game when Roseanne Barr sang the national anthem at Jack Murphy Stadium. No trash talk. We've been nothing but it has been nothing but complimentary. I was at well, I've been at 2 perfect games. I have seen a triple play in person. I was at a game where there were 3 different streakers. You were at the Cleveland game this year when they clinched their playoff spot by the walk-off hit by pitch. I mean, that's still exciting, right? You still got to have fun. Your team. I saw Cody Ash break up a perfect game in the 8th inning. That was disappointing. Oh, but still, is that not fun? So the Randy Johnson game at Atlanta was fun because I was right behind Javi Lopez. Well, I was behind Javi Lopez, but I was behind whoever was catching for the D-backs that day. But I mean, I was literally 20 feet from the game. But I'll tell you, the Felix Hernandez game was the most fun because I was in the control room, and so everybody there was rooting for the Mariners. I was rooting for the perfect game, and it was just like a shared experience. It was so fun. Best game I attended was Pedro Glavine showdown at Fenway, where Pedro absolutely dominated Atlanta. Nice. I got to see Luke Voit hit a home run in person. I've seen Luke Voit hit a home run in person. It was against the A's. He was with the Yankees, and I yelled at him because he did that celebration where he and the third base coach would do this huge jumping high five thing. And I yelled, act like you've done it before, Rook. And he was just a jerk. Have you ever been locked in the stadium by the home team? Yes, I have many times. I was at the O's game during riots. Oh, that's nice. Well, not nice, but at Matt Cain's Perfecto. Was that in San Francisco or was that on the road? But you know what? As a matter of fact, I've been locked in Camden Yards before a couple of times. And a couple of nights I've spent the night there. I've spent the night there. You've seen Matt Cain hit a home run. All right, everybody list in chat what you've seen Matt Cain do. I've gotten locked in Camden Yards before, and it's a long walk to go through security from where I was. But then there was the year that Nationals Park opened. I was there, and I was there that year. I was at Yankee Stadium that year. But no, that's kind of cool. I was doing work for both the Nats and the Orioles that year. So I was just going back and forth all day. And I remember we had an exhibition game, was the first game at the National Stadium. So I was there for most of the day. I stayed for the first 4 innings or so. And then I had to get back to Baltimore because their actual home opener was the next day, and I still had work to do. And I had a long night where nothing was working, and I ended up just working throughout the night. And then I fell asleep standing up during the game. But yeah, I was at Yankee Stadium the year Wally Joyner had a knife thrown at him later that year. But yeah, that was scary. Nats Park for Strasburg's only homer. Ooh. Strasburg gave me a lot of anxiety. I think it was him that had the 21 strikeout game or something, and I only had the K counter on the outfield wall go up to 20, and so during the game I had to fix that so that it would flip over and go higher than 20, and I was so scared because they were focusing on that on the TV broadcast. When I saw Rizzo's first home run as a Yankee. Okay. Was that at Yankee Stadium? Apparently hit 3 more. I'm trying to think of pitcher home runs that I've been to that were exciting, but I can't think of any. Chicks dig the long ball, though. All right, let's go third base here. We've got Gray and Thomas. I don't think that's Pete Gray, one-legged player. I don't think they stuck him at Miami. Oh, I remember that. What did you think of that stadium? I did. I've been there a couple of times. One time I went with somebody that knew one of the production people, so I got the first class experience. And then another time I just went by myself when I was in town. That stadium is something. All right, so this isn't Pete Gray. It's not Aaron Gray either from Silver Spoons or Buck Rogers, I'm fairly certain. It's not Sonny Gray. This is clearly not Big Hurt Frank Thomas, nor any other of the Frank Thomases. Earl Thomas. I don't know where that name's from. Yeah, the Fishes Stadium. I never got to Pro Player or whatever they called it, but the domed one in Miami, the retractable roof one, I just didn't enjoy it. It's just a concrete like mausoleum. Like at least Oakland had nothing on top of it. Let's see. We have not had a Phillies yet. We'll go Phillies because I don't have any idea. We've already had the Red Sox. No Phillies. All right, let's go. We'll throw a pitcher out there. Let's see what we got. Our second Bob Friend game of the week. And a Sandy Koufax. So, we have different opinions. I've seen the home run statue in person. I didn't care for it. I did notice a lot of errors on their LED screens, though. A lot of, like, home team and visiting team switched and stuff like that. The first Frank Thomas played for the Phils and the Buccos. Well, we know that this is the Pirates because we've got Bob Friend there. But since we've had the Bucks, because I got it because of Bob Friend, I'm going to go, yeah, we haven't had the Dodgers yet this week. So I feel pretty confident in saying that the visiting team here is the Dodgers. Hey-o.
That is right, I did it! That's number 5! Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am! Get it right!
Somebody referenced that clip somewhere I was watching the other day. I thought that was great. All right, May 28th, 1958, Dodgers, Sandy Koufax tosses 6-hitter to beat the Bucks. Gregory H. Wolf for a 1958 7-1, 18 hits, but this is Sandy Koufax working. Let's say I'm going to go 2 hours and 38 minutes. 2:38 for this one. We got a 2:14. Yeah, mine might be a little high. Got to go with it, though. 2:38 for me. Get your over-under in on a 2:38. Let's see what we got. Oh, Brian got it. Barely. I was 6 minutes off. 6 minutes off. How many walks did he have on that? 4 and 4. Not bad. I mean, we were close. We're close. Under. Yeah, Paul got it. For the Dodgers, Johnny Roseboro would have given it away. Duke Snyder would have given it away. Carl Furillo, Gil Hodges would have given it away. Zim, didn't he play for a couple of teams? Brooklyn, Washington, Chicago, Cincinnati, and the Mets. Dick Gray. I know that name, I think. I don't know. Let's see. For the Buccos, we knew this because Bob Friend, Maz, and Clemente would have given it away. There is the Frank Thomas. Clue would have kind of... Well, we also just had Cleveland. So Clue would have... Or, not Cleveland. Cincinnati. That one would have screwed me up. Dick Groat would have given it to me, and Bill Verdon. Bob Skinner, I think he played for the Bucks for a while, didn't he? Yeah. Father of Joel Skinner. I didn't know that. Nice. Yankee catcher. Cleveland. White Sox. All right. I didn't know that. That's cool. All right. Well, we got it. Just check for wood shaving in the clubhouse. That's how you know the triple. YOLO Tango. I know that story. We've told that story before. That's good. The least noteworthy. That's why I know him. I only know the people that are least noteworthy. All right. Oh, we got to update. We are in danger of going 8-1 this week. Can we do it? All right, let's do it. Last game. Third base. All right, we got Jimmy Dykes, I'm assuming, and Adams. Probably not Sam Adams. What is Yellow Tango? Now, Jimmy Dykes. See, this is the thing. I know Jimmy Dykes, but I don't know who he played for. Like, if you ask me who Jimmy Dykes played for, I would say Pittsburgh, and then I would be wrong. Likely. I don't know. Maybe we need the away team, and Jimmy Dykes does play for Pittsburgh. Jimmy Dykes. I don't know of any other Dykes. Don't clip that. I don't know of anybody else named with the last name Dykes that played baseball. I don't think it's Dick Van Dykes. Adams. I don't think it's Matt. I don't think it's Matt Adams. Babe Adams. I don't know. I don't know who Babe Adams is either. All right. Well, let's just pick the Yankees because we haven't had the Yankees yet this week. Not NFL former wide receiver Hart Lee Dykes. I don't know. I mean, I'm a big football fan, you know, too, and I don't know who that is. So, all right, let's just go Yankees. Nope. All right, let's go pitcher. Oh, we got Wyatt Hoyts. Why is that so hard? Wyatt Hoyt. All right. And we've got Hallahan. Not Tommy Hallahan from Tommy Boy and Hallahan Auto Parts, which I have a shirt of that I'm not wearing. Wyatt Hoyt. Didn't Wyatt Hoyt pitch for the Yankees at some point? What about the White Sox? The athlete Lamar Hoyt, but Lamar Hoyt was much more recent though, right? Is that where I'm getting the White Sox? Do you know Wyatt Hurt was Hoyt? I'm having a hard enough time saying his name, and then you put that in there. You live in Sandusky, Andrew? Wyatt Hoyt was definitely a Yankee. All right, so I wasn't off base. But this is not that. Did you know Wyatt Hurt was Hoyt? That's making my brain scramble. Okay, I'll go A's. I will trust Matt because one, I don't want to miss an A's one. So here we go. We got it. You do live in Sandusky. I don't have any. I mean, I have problem with a lot of things that go on in Ohio, but I can't make fun of somebody for where they live. I lived in the deep South for a while by choice. Well, for work. Nailed it. Well, you did nail what normally happens to me. We got the team I didn't need. All right, so now we got to figure out, is this a World Series game or not? So let's go with, I don't know why. I'm going to go with second base. Frankie Frisch. Hoyt was one of those many players who Boston gave away to the Yankees in those years. Got it. You guys keep saying Babe Adams, and I don't know who Babe Adams is. Should I know? Well, I should obviously know who Babe Adams is. Would be Cubs or Cards. Yeah, when I think of Frankie Frisch, I think of the Cubs. I think we'll go with the Cubs. 30 or 31 World Series. All right. Well, since you seem pretty sure of yourself, I was going to go with Cubs. Oh, but we've already had the Cubs this week. Yeah. All right. We'll go with the Cards. St. Louis Cardinals. There we go. Plus, I want 8-1. All right. I'll take it. October 7th, 1931. Wild Bill and the Wild Horse of Osage lead Cardinals charge in Game 5 by Gregory Wolf. 5-1. We got 21 hits. This is a 1931 World Series game. Frisch was never a Cub? Why do I think he was then? We'll look him up here in a minute. Why would... I don't know. It's me. What am I going to say? It's me. I'm an idiot. All right. World Series game. So, just take into account, you're going to have that Stand Up for Cancer break. You're going to have a God Bless America break. Timeouts are longer anyway in between innings because it's the World Series. So just keep that in mind when we guess the time here. 1931 World Series. We got a 215. I'm going to go lower, actually. I'm going to go we got a 245. I'm going to go 208. 231. You guys are taking into account that stand up to cancer break. I'm going to go 208. The Jonas Brothers, yes, they will be performing their own song and then God Bless America. Just for fun. We'll probably have some celebrities in the crowd who have a new show starting up, a new radio serial that they're going to want to promo. Bunch of stuff like that. All right, here we go. 208. Under for 208. All right. Paul knows. Paul chose the games, but he knows what's going on. I missed it by 2 minutes. Damn. We spoke about Florida. I forgot the last name already. Florida. What the name of the Good Times family? Evans. Florida Evans on Friday, and I just commented about her again. All right, let's see. For the Cardinals, we've got Pepper Martin. Here's Frankie Frisch. Was he the Giants and the Cardinals? All right, well, I was completely wrong. Went to Fordham. Born in the Bronx. We got Pepper. We got Chick Hafey. There we go. We got a little bit of the Chick Hafey. Wait, that's not who I thought it was. But born in Berkeley, St. Helena. Where is St. Helena? Went to Berkeley High. Where is St. Helena? It's out in the Northern California. Oh, that's actually not that far away. We're gonna add him to our gravesite list when I eventually get around to it. I don't see a graveyard too prominent here. Oh, St. Helena Public Cemetery, is that it? Holy Cross All right. Well, we're gonna add Chickafy. Yeah, we go up to Napa. In fact, we need to go to Napa to wear glasses. Okay. We in Napa, believe it or not, my wife and I are a member of a vodka club. There's a distillery up there, and it's excellent. They make really good vodka that we run into all over the country as we travel. And the owners are usually there. They're usually tending the bar, and they're really cool. But we got to go up. There's some vodka we got to go pick up. Might stop and see Chickafy. Bill Hallahan, Jim Bottomley. These are the only two names I really know, is Frisch, Martin, and Hafey. 3 names. Max Bishop would have gotten me the A's. Mule Haas, nice. Mickey Cochran, Al Simmons, Jimmy Fox, Bing Miller. There's Jimmy Dykes again. Or no, that's who was there already. And then Waite Hoyt. Eddie Rommel in the game as well. All right, well, we nailed it. A St. George vodka. I don't know St. George vodka. When did you live in San Francisco? We're coming up with guys who look like thumbs and Poindexters. All right. Greg Maddux, I don't know, but Brett Gardner is a thumb for sure. That dude. Bottomley set the single game RBI record. Is that like 12, isn't it? Bottomley. Jim Bottomley. Hall of Famer Jim Bottomley. I had no idea. MVP in 1928. Dude knocked in some ribs, man. Had some pop coming. I mean, he not a lot of pop compared to, the Babe at that point, but had pop, had some speed for triples or just big outfields, had extra base. Look at that OPS. Jeez. Brett Gardner is the king of thumbs. Oh, Poindexter for the glasses. Yes. We've got a Greg Maddux clip in this week's pod, BT Dubs. Bob Dillinger is the ultimate Poindexter. All right. Bob. He looks like a character actor that plays the shopkeeper in anything from the 1950s or 60s. He looks like he could be a preacher on Little House on the Prairie. He looks like he is a scientist that is making something that the bad guy is going to use for evil, but he never knew that it was going to be used for evil. And then he complains and gets killed. 12 RBIs. See, I knew that. I got the total right. That is a Poindexter, all right. Duke. Nice. All right, well, look at that, guys. We did it. 8-1. 8. Oh, I don't have a cheer, I don't think. 8-1. Paul, thank you for this game. I know I haven't sent you my work yet. I was explaining, I don't know if you were here earlier. I've got my version of this. You can just play infinitely, but you can also choose a time frame if you want. So I've just been testing. I've just been setting it to the 80s. So it's just picking games from the 80s and just keep going. I do need to show you what I'm doing, but you are the inspiration because this game is awesome. Huh. Yeah. All right. Let's play a quick game of Daily Walk-Off, maybe. Played with JJ Bleday. All right, we'll play a quick game of this before we get to the grid. It is feud day if you are new here, Dan. Friday is feud day, so we're going to try to get the number 1 square in the grid today. That's always fun. All right, we've got 1999 top 3 hits for the A's, 2011 top 3 ribs, 2024 top. Ooh, see, this is going to be hard because JJ Bleday was on the team in 24. Yeah. All right, let's see how we do here. Let's go 99 hits. So we've got Giambi, we have got Hideki, and we've got Miggy. Oh, wait, no. Matt Stairs is probably... No, Matt Stairs is going to be here, along with Cliff Pennington and Josh Willingham. 2024 top 3 home runs is going to be Rook, Shea Long, and got to be Lowe. Yeah, that's got to be it. Okay. Oh. Probably that. Nailed it. All right. All right, we got that. Get that out of the way. All right, here we go. It is time.
The Guerin family. Pam, Bob, Lynn, Dude, and Mary Jean. On your mark. Let's start the Family Feud. With the star of Family Feud, Ray Coe.
All right, we mentioned him earlier. Bob Guerin. Bob Guerin on the original Family Feud. I think in terms of a baseball player, he's the only player to be on the Family Feud with his family. What is up, Charlotte Eva 289? Is chat on there? Because you're on Twitch, which is cool. There, let me put chat up because you're on Twitch and nobody can see what you're saying. Everybody else is on YouTube today, so... Matsui would be 2011. Matsui, yeah. I am Charlotte Eva. I know I look like I'm AI because I'm so beautiful, but I am reading your chat. The Fraudres and Case, the Fraudres. Okay, there's a lot of there's a lot of anger from Matt. He was on after, yeah, it was, who's the host? It was Ray Combs. They say it in the clip, right? I think they introduced Ray Combs at the end here.
Pam, Bob, Lynn, Dude, and Mary Jean. On your mark. Let's start the Family Feud. With the star of Family Feud, Ray Combs.
Ray Combs. Yeah. We're doing good. It's Friday. We went 8-1 this week on the starting 9. We just finished the daily walk-off. Got it on the second try, which we tried to get it on the first. But now we're playing. It is Feud Friday. We're playing the grid. So our goal here is to get the number 1 square for each of these. There are some other things that we do. If there is a Ricky Henderson square, it's got to be played. If there's a Don Mattingly square, it's got to be played. Kurt Bavacqua and Tommy Lasorda. We can use. Oh, this is a good feud because there's a lot of teams here. We've got 2,000 plus K careers. We do have 2 Ricky squares, so we can. Oh, good. Well, you can join us. You can join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're here doing this in the morning. At least morning for me. I'm in the Bay Area, so it's morning. So we've got 2 Ricky squares. We've got here the Dodgers in San Diego, and we've got the Dodgers and the Mets. So which one do we think will be a higher Ricky score? I mean, the Dodgers, people don't think of Ricky with the Dodgers because he just played in that last year for like 58 games or something. But he obviously is known for the Padres, having played there on a couple of occasions, and the Mets for the season and a half there. Which one do we think? Do you play any game? What do you mean? He's a good Charlotte. Joel and Benji Madden. I'm not sure what the good. I'm all about good Charlotte. I love me some good Charlotte. Mets LA. I was kind of thinking that too. Well, let's do this. What do we think the number one is for the LA and San Diego? Steve Garvey. I bet Steve Garvey is number one here. Any other games? I play plenty of games, not on stream. I am a gamer. I was thinking about playing Out of the Park Baseball here because that's a game that I play a lot, and kind of redoing some. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Piazza. But I mean, how many people think of Piazza? I mean, Maddox could go here too if we're thinking about that way. Machado, yeah. Oh, yeah, that is good Charlotte. Yeah, I didn't get that one. I apologize. I'm not. My wife says I'm not too bright. I think Garvey's going to be number one here. Or Machado. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put Ricky down here. We'll put Ricky down here. This might be Strawberry down here. Well, if you don't know Charlotte, I do have a podcast, Two Strike Noise. You can look it up. We've got 300 plus episodes. If you like baseball history, especially. Let's put Ricky here. I don't think Straw is gonna get that much. Definitely, Ricky's not number one there. All right, Machado or Garvey? What do we think? I mean, Piazza's a good call. I think he and Maddox will probably be pretty low there. I think let's go with Machado. Just because of recency bias. Manuel Machado. I think that's number one. I think you got it. Nailed it. All right. What about St. Louis and LA? St. Louis and LA. Oh, we got plenty of stuff. See, I still don't have that one set up yet. You'll see here, if we can come up, Dick Allen, Pujols is it. Yeah. There we go. If we come up with a player, I've got plenty of alerts here too with different players. We just need one. We need to pull one to use it. And I actually have, there we go, 34. Definitely correct. Oh, there we go. I actually have alerts set up on Twitch. It's just most everybody watches me on YouTube. So that is why I'm generally hitting them. All right. I think we got two of them here. 2,000 plus career strikeouts. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know. I don't have breasts, so it's a little bit harder to attract a viewing on Twitch, but we've got a good community on sure, you can send me your work. Let's see. San Diego, 200 plus career strikeouts. How many strikeouts did Raleigh Fingers have? Mets, Nolan, or Seaver? Yeah. Which one will it be? Nolan or Seaver? Yeah, we've got Instagram. You can get us on Instagram. Langston or Kevin Brown? Do I have the... Oh, I've got to set that Langston up because I just played that Langston the other day from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Just played it. Because the 89 Tops podcast did Mark Langston, and they forgot it. So I let them know about it. I think I think we should. It's not Meme Monday, so Langston on Monday. Langston would definitely get it because Sabrina being a pillar of our show. Let's do. I mean, Maddox would work there too, though, right? Oh, thank you. Yeah, you DM me on Instagram and I'll let. Sure. Yeah, I guess that way we can DM freely. I'll do it afterwards here. Let's put Nolan here just for Mark, for my co-host, whose favorite player is Nolan Ryan. Oh, Seaver. It's Seaver. Who else? I mean, I don't think Raleigh Fingers. I don't think he had 2,000 strikeouts, did he? Gaylord Perry. I don't know. I think Kevin Brown might be the move here. Although, that's not going to be number one. Who's currently on their staff that has 2,000 career Ks? Yeah, I threw Maddox out there. I don't think he's going to be number one, though, right? I think there's going to be somebody that's on their staff or was just on their staff is going to be number one. Because I would think Gaylord Perry would be number one, but I'm sure he's not. And then St. Louis, Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson's got to be number one, right? Does Darvish have 2,000? This has got to be it, right? It's got to be Bob Gibson. Nailed it. And we have a chance for a Cardinal bingo right across here. I don't know if you Darvish does. Jake Peavy, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That's the kind I can see. Darvish has 2K plus. All right, let's do you Darvish then. Just because I think recency bias with the Padres is always going to be a thing. Good chance. We got a chance for a bingo there too. All right, now we got the Royals. This is going to be the hardest one. I can tell. Noteworthy Royals. Obviously, George Brett only played there, so that's not going to work. Frank White's not going to work. Beltran. Beltran's obviously going to get in the Hall of Fame this year. I have such a hard time with it since he was kind of one of the driving forces behind the whole Astros cheating thing. But Beltran could go in either of these, couldn't he? He could certainly go here. Who else could go here? Let's see. Jermaine Dye, Johnny Damon, Brett Saberhagen could go here. And hey,
Because they got the
You
trust
want-
set on the ball. From work to play, they've got it all. They've got a base that's a real steal. And here's another very good deal. Or choose the
Good.
truck named after me. The special
Kevin
edition
McReynolds,
Ford
David
MVP.
Cohn. All great answers here. Kevin McReynolds, David Cohn, yes. Was Cohn traded for Saberhagen? Not sure. Hosmer. Oh yeah, Hosmer's gonna be a good one because there's your recency bias. That's a good call. Good call. Easy. Nice. We forgod, I don't know what that would be, the bingo, but I think we got 3 number ones. Cepeda or Pinson. Ooh, those aren't going to be number ones, though. That's my problem. Those are good answers, though. Daryl Porter, good answer. It's not going to be number one, though. I think you guys are right, though. Let's go Beltran here. Ooh. Okay. And then KC and St. Louis. What about Lonnie Smith? Didn't Vince Coleman play for the Royals at the end of his career? I don't think that's going to be number one. You do Beltran in the middle then, after I already put him there. I thought that said 10%. That's 18. That could be, maybe. All right, who goes here? St. Louis and KC. Gaetti. That's a good one. Yeah, not number one, though. What about pitchers? Pitchers. It's hard to think of Royals. It's just hard to think of like expansion teams. It gets harder for me. Greg Jeffries. It's a great answer. Will it be number one? Watch it be number one down here. What about Kevin Elster? Didn't he also play for both these teams? If we're talking about Mets. Rick Ankiel. Michael Wacha. Dude, why is Michael Wacha? Why was he not nicknamed Fozzie? Like Fozzie Bear? Waka Waka? As you go for low rarity. Well, yeah, I mean, we all do. That's the thing. That's what makes feud, the feud grid, what makes it fun is we got to change up our thinking. So on Mondays, we do Meme Monday, where each square has to be meme worthy. So, like Steve Sachs, who's been on The Simpsons, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Who's the Boss? He's meme worthy. Of these players, no. Somewhat, no. Bob Gibson is meme worthy because that picture of him and Euchre holding hands in the team picture is meme worthy. Pujols, not really. Beltran, not really. Ricky's meme worthy, and Nolan's meme worthy. Elster didn't play for St. Louis. Okay. Well, he wasn't going to be number one anyway. Who else could it be? Saberhagen didn't. Well, if he did, he didn't pitch enough to make it worthwhile. Cohn didn't pitch for the Cardinals. I don't think either of the Benesses pitched for Kansas City. Tony Pena didn't catch for Kansas City. Let's see. Other Cardinals. Ozzie Smith, no. Terry Pendleton, no. Chico Leaned didn't play for the Cardinals. Wouldn't be number one. Andres Galarraga, no. McGuire, no. The Mechanical Man played for Detroit anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying that. Red Schoendeist. Mark Grudzalonic. See, now there's meme worthiness because Harry Carey couldn't pronounce his name. Ron Gant, I don't think played for the Royals at any point. Johnny Damon didn't. Greg Jeffries is still out there, yes. Dan Quisenberry. Yeah, that's a great answer, but it's a great answer, but not number one, I don't think. Is anything going there?
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
Octavio Dotel, nice. Let's see if we go through the cheat codes. Like Julio Franco doesn't work. Daryl Porter, yeah, we brought that up. I don't think he's gonna be number one though. Julio Franco doesn't work. Bartolo Colon doesn't work. Mike Morgan, I don't think works. Matt Stairs. I think Matt Stairs works. I know he was a Royal. I don't know if he was a Cardinal, but I don't think that's going to be number one. Clint Hurdle. I don't know. I'm leaning towards Greg Jeffries at this point. All right. It's 10:05. The dog is getting impatient, so we might have to go with Greg Jeffries. Let's do it. Greg Jeffries for the win. Hold on to your butts. Beltran, man, you might be. Greg Jeffries might be second, though. All right. Here we go. 2%. Yikes. Now look at that's pretty impressive though to get a 182 when you fill all 9 squares. 7.6, so we beat the average. All right. Yeah, Beltran was both of them. All right. Did we put Mad Dog? Oh no, I should have listened to you guys. Mad Dog was number one with the Padres, but barely. All right, so then we got Pujols and Gibby. Seaver was number one. Piazza was number one. Oh, I guess we knew that, but we had to go with Ricky, yeah. And then Beltran was number one. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 5. That's not bad. The most difficult one was the Kansas City. It's always the expansion teams are always the hardest ones for people. With the St. Louis being the hardest one. All right. Well, we did it, team. We did it. We successfully completed all 3 dailies. Well, the Poindexter was number one. He was. I guess I just think that people are not going to think of Greg Maddux as a Padre that much. Just like you don't think of Mike Piazza as a Padre or Greg Maddux as a Dodger for that matter. But I guess a lot of smart people like you guys play the game, so need to keep that in mind. All right, well that's it, guys. This was fun. We had a good time today. Well, at least I had a good time. I hope you guys did too. Thank you all for jumping in, spending part of your Friday with me. New pod will be out this week, probably tomorrow. I don't know. I'm a little bit behind. I got something that came up next week. Next week, I am flying. I've got something personal that came up on Friday. I might stream early. Maybe like an 8 o'clock time for me. I'm not sure. Or we might just stream Monday and Wednesday, or maybe throw a Thursday in there. I'm not sure. But and then I'm getting back on Monday, which is a holiday anyway. So there'll be a little bit, next 2 weeks will be a little bit wonky, but yeah, if you're new here, give us a follow so you know when we're on. But Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, generally 9 o'clock West Coast time, we stream for an hour, and then Two Strike Noise podcast, wherever you get podcasts. We're back. We took a couple weeks off for the end of the year, but we're back. So this week, either tomorrow or Sunday, we'll put a new episode out. I think this week I have Larry Anderson ready to go, but I think we're going to wait on it because there's just too many things. We've been gone for a month that I wanted to talk about, and Mark had things to talk about. So don't knock things over. What is... Ouch. He knows when it's 10 o'clock. All right, everybody have a good weekend. Please, it is more important to be kind to each other now than ever. Be kind to everybody. Stay hydrated. And I will see you all on Monday.